Hey everybody, it's me Stacy at Scrapbooking Made Simple here with another YouTube demo for you today. I'm really excited. We've got some great new product to show off. We've got stamps from Blanche and new colors of Flower Soft. We'll be playing with Memento ink and Staz ink and acetate. So we've got a lot to do. I'm going to go ahead and tilt on down. I'm told tilt is the proper word. So I'm going to tilt on down and we're going to get started, okay? Bye. Down we go. All right, there we are. Now, a lot of people have questions about Flower Soft. What exactly is it? Well, it's not a glitter and it's not a flock. It's a mossy type product that when added to cards or card toppers or your mixed media or altered art project, it gives a beautiful 3D effect and the look of flowers. It comes in many different colors. It comes in spring colors and autumn colors and Christmas colors. It comes in mixes and in solid colors. The 4 new colors though that have come out are crocus, and this is a beautiful soft purple. It is not a solid purple. It has dark purples and light purples mixed in with a whiter ivory base that gives a beautiful color. Cornflower is again a very soft, sweet blue, perfect for spring. These colors are just magnificent for spring. Daffodil, which happens to be my favorite, it is the most beautiful yellows I've ever seen. Dark yellows and light yellows. I hope you can kind of see how there's a variety of color in there to give you depth into your Flower Soft project. And then Old Rose. Again, a beautiful pinky red color with highs and lows mixed in. So these are the 4 new colors of Flower Soft, and what we recommend is that when you get your bottle of Flower Soft, let me tell you, they pack a lot into this little container. There is a ton of Flower Soft in here. It's all pressed down in there, and when you get it, we recommend that you open it up, get yourself a little bowl, take a pinch or 2 out, and then fluff it up or aerate it. Kind of move it around and break it up and fluff it up, because that's how you're going to want to use it. You're going to want it to be not so clumpy bumpy. Now, when you're all done using it, you then can, of course, put it all right back into the original container it came in and kind of press it down for the next time you use it. So that is what Flower Soft is, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the glue. Flower Soft glue is a low water glue. It's a little thicker than normal, and the most important thing about this bottle is the cap, or the spout here, the tip. It is extremely fine, and that's what you're going to want when using Flower Soft. You're going to want a very fine tip with a thicker glue. So when you do get your Flower Soft glue and you cut the tip, because right now it's sealed closed, you're going to want to cut as little of that tip off as possible to give you a nice small opening for your glue to come out. If you cut it too far down, of course the glue is going to come out more. If you cut it up towards the top and have a very fine hole, you can always add glue to the project if you need a larger surface of Flower Soft, but for the delicate work, you really want to keep that tip as small as possible. I also want to tell you that when you store your Flower Soft, you want to store it upside down. Now, we had somebody put a pin in this Flower Soft bottle, and the thought was, oh, well, that'll keep it from clogging. And it did, but the pin also rusted in there, and that's the brown you see, is the rust from the pin. So if you do decide to use a pin to cap it, I would highly recommend you use one that is a non-rusting pen. Otherwise, this is what you're going to end up with, and the bottle is pretty much ruined. The glue that's in there will need to be transferred into another bottle. We can never clean that out. Now, this is how I store my Flower Soft glue. It's upside down. It's got the cap on. It may end up having a little ball of glue at the top, and next time I use it, I just kind of pull that off, but it's always ready to go. The glue is always down into the nozzle, and that's how we recommend you store your Flower Soft glue. So we're going to get started. I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to grab a Blanche stamp. Now, Blanche stamps are a silicone stamp. They come on a gushy base. You do not have to mount it onto anything. It's not a wooden block. As you can see, it's very flexible. And the stamp is a silicone stamp, so it can take heat nicely. It takes ink beautifully. We recommend that you use Memento ink with all of your stamps, mainly because if you use Copics, Memento ink is the best ink to use when you're coloring with Copics. And if you're not using Copics, the colors are absolutely beautiful. It dries quick. There's no smearing. It just is a good overall all-purpose ink. Now I have got a piece of the Blanche specialty paper, and this is a very unique paper. I don't know if it's coated, if it's non-coated. We haven't quite figured out what this paper is made out of, but when you stamp on it with any stamp, it's absolutely gorgeous. It gives you almost a lithograph look, and I have tried many different papers out there to achieve the same look, and I just can't get it. I've tried glossy paper, non-glossy paper, I've tried matte paper, I've tried smooth paper, and nothing gives you the same look as their specialty paper. Now you can use the specialty paper with all your stamps. People are like, well, can I just use it with the Blanche? It's like, no, you use it for all your stamps. I've inked up my stamp, and I'm going to go ahead and press it on down. And just a nice soft press, because you've already got a gushy pad, a gushy base here, as opposed to a hard block, which is how most stamps are mounted. And I'm going to pull up, and there is my image. And as you can see, it's detailed and dark, and again, almost a lithograph type look. It's just beautiful. And this stamp is sold in a pair like this. They're brand new. We just got them in, and really excited. They're absolutely beautiful. And just so you know, this is the Blanche specialty paper. It comes in a host of different sizes, and we carry them all. But more importantly, we're going to play with the Flower Soft. So I've got my Flower Soft glue. And I want to show you quickly that when you dab with it, you want smaller dabs. You can always add more glue, but it's a little harder to take it away. Can you see how my dabs are very small? And that's because I have a lot of control with the tip. Now the glue will dry crystal clear. Can you see how small those are? If I need more, I can of course add more. I can make a nice big piece if I'm needing that for Flower Soft, if I want a big piece of Flower Soft somewhere. But you also want to have the availability to do small dabs. And by keeping that tip small, that's what you're going to have. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a couple dabs of glue here on my stamp. Just really easy and simple. And I'm going to take my Flower Soft here, and again, I've kind of fluffed it up. I'm just going to put it where my glue is. Now, I recommend that you do one color of Flower Soft at a time. So if I'm going to do this in pinks and purples and greens, I'm going to want to put all my green down at one time, and then go back and do all my pink, and then go back and do all my purple. And the reason for that is, once you've put it here, you're going to press it down into your glue, and then you're going to want to tap it off back into your bowl. Now, if I have pink and green and purple here, and I put it back into the bowl, I've now made a mishmash pot. And that's not what you want to do. You want to keep your Flower Soft uncontaminated, so then you can put it back into whatever original container it came into. So now I've added my green to my simple stamp, and my stamp will start to come alive. Then I'm going to add a little bit of my pink. And again, just short dabs. I'm going to get right in there. And add a little bit, just nice soft dabs. Add a little bit of my pink. Put it on there, give it a nice press. Put it on there, give it a nice press. And then I'm going to tap off. And I've continued to add color and layers to my stamp. Now, when this stamp is all done, what you get is an effect like this. Here's a card we made using that stamp. We took our Copic marker and we colored in where the light is. Can you see how the Flower Soft just on top of a simple black stamp is beautiful? And I showed you this stamp too, because they come as a set. So we made this card using the Flower Soft and the simple black outline stamp, and again took our Copic marker and colored it in. Can you see the dimension of the Flower Soft? How it's 3D and raised? It's very simple, very effective, and when you send your cards out or your projects out, people are going to want to know how you did this, and you're not going to tell them because it was so easy. They wouldn't believe you anyway. All right, so that's how you do a basic Flower Soft image using a stamp. Now, we did another image on acetate. This card has been stamped, the image has been stamped on clear acetate. And I have a piece right here. Clear acetate. We sell it in 12 by 12 sheets at 64 cents a sheet, and we have cut it down. I hope you can see that. Clear acetate. I've cut it down to size. Now I've taken another Blanche stamp here, the bunnies. The difference is with acetate, you need to use a StazOn ink. You need to use a permanent ink. That's really important. StazOn. The memento will not dry on the acetate. It'll just sit there and you'll be able to smear it and it will just make a mess. So when you're using a non-porous material like acetate or metal, you're going to want to use a StazOn ink. And this happens to be StazOn Jet Black. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to ink my image. And then I'm going to stamp right onto the acetate. Stamp straight onto it. Give it a little push, not too hard, because again, Blanche have a very soft, foamy pad as your block as opposed to a hard wooden block. So you don't need to push too hard. I'm going to pull, and let's back it with white so you can see it. There's my image. Okay. Now what we did is we took Copic markers, which are alcohol based, very similar to a StazOn ink, and we turned the acetate over. You cannot take your Copics and color straight onto the StazOn. It'll just lift that color right up. But we turned it over and went in and added some color. Just a little color here and there on some of the leaves. And then we took our Flower Soft and we went in over the top of the StazOn because the glue is not going to hurt the StazOn at all. And we just went in and added some dots where the grass would be. Take your Flower Soft, drizzle it right over, make sure you get all of your glue covered, give it a nice pat down, and then back into the bowl it goes. And you've started to fill in and add texture to your stamp. So here's the finished one that we did. And again, the image is stamped with StazOn onto acetate. We turned the image over to color it in with some Copic down at the bottom, and then we flipped it back upright and put the Flower Soft straight onto the acetate. Isn't that beautiful? And so simple and really effective. Beautiful card, love it. Okay, so what have we learned today? we have learned that your Flour Soft glue is very important. One, because it is a low water-based glue, so it doesn't run real thin and it dries completely clear. We know that when we get our Flour Soft glue, we want to keep the tip as small as possible, that opening as small as possible, so you have total control where you put your Flour Soft. We've learned that Flour Soft is kind of a mossy-like product that gives wonderful dimension, and that when you get it out of the original container, you just want to put it in a bowl and kind of fluff it up a little bit and spread it out. And then when you're done using it, you can put it right back into the container it came into. We have learned that the Blanche stamps do a beautiful job when you're making your Flour Soft cards. Let me show you the card that we did with this stamp right here. And again, we took the Flour Soft and just put it right over the top of those flowers and used Copics to color it in. Now, Flour Soft also can be done on acetate. So we stamped this image straight to acetate and then added our Flour Soft. And that when you use acetate, you absolutely want to use your Stays On ink. That is a permanent based ink. It's not pigment, it's not dye, it's not chalk, it is a permanent based ink. But for everything else you do, use your Memento ink. Fabulous ink will work on everything. Now, Flour Soft also has their own card toppers. And this is a package of their Flour Soft card toppers. Let me show you quickly a card that we did. We've got this card here that we made using the Flour Soft card topper. So if you don't want to stamp your own image, you can certainly buy the Flour Soft card toppers and make your own cards using them. We just added the glue onto the purple and the green and then filled it in with the Flour Soft. Can you see the dimension on that? What I want to tell you about the Flour Soft card toppers is that you want to turn them over and look at the back of the package. When people look at this package, they think they're only getting this image. That's not true. In this package, you also get the basket image, and we did a Flour Soft card using the basket image. And we actually popped the basket up and added the Flour Soft all around. So what I want to tell you is that you are going to turn the card or the package over, and it will show you exactly what you get. It'll tell you you're going to get 3 of this image and 3 of that image. Or we've got the bicycles here, the bicycle card toppers. If you turn the package over, it will tell you you're going to get 6 of this image here. You're going to get 6 bicycles. So when you look at the Flour Soft packaging, turn it over so you see exactly what you get. That way there's no confusion, and you might like some of the other images even more than what's on the cover, although they're all simply beautiful. This one's absolutely gorgeous. We did this as a make and take in the store, and everybody had a really great time. So again, what did we learn? We learned about the Flour Soft glue. We learned that when you refill it, you're going to use Aleene's Tacky Glue, but you're not going to cut that tip too far. You want to aerate your Flour Soft before you use it. You want to use one color of Flour Soft at a time. Put all your green on first and then tap it off. Then go back and do all your pinks and then tap it off. Do your purples, one color at a time, so you don't contaminate the Flour Soft and you don't have a mishmash pot. All right. Well, I appreciate you joining me today. I hope you learned something. I think we had some fabulous samples to show you. I will be back next week with another YouTube. Next week we are going to be playing with, let me show you, Stephanie Bernard's Sizzix dies, her framelits and her stamp sets that are in a set together. We have great projects with this, and there's something about these framelits that is new to the framelit that I really want to show off. I was so happy when I saw it. So this is going to be next week's Make and Take. Thanks for joining me. This is Stacy from Scrapbooking Made Simple. We will have all the Flour Soft on sale for when this YouTube loads for 1 week after the original air date. And please know the new colors, Crocus, Old Rose, Cornflower, and Daffodil are brand new and they will be shipping to us within the next week or two. So if you place an order for these, it'll be on a pre-order basis, but they will be on sale for 20% off for the first week after this YouTube loads, okay? Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day. Oh, let me scroll back up and say thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time. And don't forget, scrapbooking-made-simple.com. Have a good one. Bye-bye.